This is Grizzly or Rampage or Grizzly Rampage, and today I will be showcasing a board game called Imperial Assault, made by Fantasy Flight Games. This is a board game for 2 to 5 players, tactical miniatures combat or adventure, Star Wars adventure. Yes, this is a Star Wars board game with Darth Vader and Rebels and Stormtroopers and a lot of other things. It's super interesting. If you've ever played Descent, it's basically Star Wars Descent. It's basically Descent with the Star Wars license. So I'm going to open this real quick, and I'm going to set this down, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's opened, and the phone's upside down. We have a lot of stuff in here that I'm going to be showcasing all of it. So first things first is I have to delete that other live stream video because that did not work out at all and would not give me proper connection. First things first, we're going to look at some of the rule books. So we'll leave you to that. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna flip this up here for a second. I gotta show you the first rulebook. I'm gonna save everything. So this is the first rulebook, the Learn to Play Guide. It specifically says in red and white letters and a red banner. I'll read this first. So it has some AT-ATs on it, and some TIE fighters, and some X-Wing. We have a heavy stormtrooper and an officer. So if we flip this, it's going to give us all our components, including that. All of our components. And it's going to give us our starting mission, our tutorial mission. And it's going to give us all our basic rules. Yep, see? We can't use the word tap there because Magic has copyrighted that. Magic the Gathering has a hold on everything right now. Which is, I like Magic, but, it's not for everybody. Okay, yeah, so this is the damage. Blocking terrain. Impassable terrain, walls, and difficult terrain. We'll go over that when we start a game with this. This is the threat and round dial. Deployment. More deployment on threats. And here it says stop. You now have enough to play the game, play the tutorial, and this is for campaign structure. And then this is for skirmish here. Now the next rulebook I'm going to show you is, if I can find it, the skirmish guide. We got a nice AT-ST in the background, a little fight scene with that scout trooper running. You got that stormtrooper flying out in midair. So, yeah, this rulebook's quite thin. As you can see, it's about 5 or 6 pages, I believe. Got a nice scene there with Luke and Vader. And this is skirmish where 2 people go head to head. It can actually be 4 people now on certain missions. And yeah, they have objectives, and the first person to certain victory points using command cards and their people, which is either the Imperial, the bounty hunters, or the Rebels. Whoever wins that wins. If whoever gets the most experience points or the objective on the card wins, and I'll show you what those cards are later. And that's a thing for X-Wing, which I will do another showcase on later, because I also own that game. So what now? What now is that we play. We play. We don't play yet, though. We will play in the next video. So now that I've shown you that, we're going to go to the rules reference guides, which is our rules reference guide, which is arguably the second thickest one right next to the campaign. This is just going to give you all your keywords, activation phase, attachment, and it goes in alphabetical order, so if you want to find something, you'll know how to find it. That's basically all that has to do. Mission. Oh, gosh, it's blurry. Let that focus. Interior spaces. That's what that says, if you couldn't read it, because it's kind of out of focus. Melee attack. That just gives you everything, and then it gives a little index at the back. Very nice. We have a skirmish map for 2, and a skirmish map for 4. Yes, I have one of the expansions that I will be showing you. They're kind of separated. They're not really separated, I should say. This is the rulebook for the other mission, for the other campaign, for the expansion. I won't go into that, though. I'll just briefly overlay it. I'll give you a brief overlay. You can read that if you want. ATDPs come in this. They're very nice. And then this is the main mission, which is the thickest book. The campaign guide. Just the exact same cover as the box, just a little smaller. And yeah, I won't go through this with you guys either, because I don't want to give spoilers. It does give some stuff on the back here. I usually choose to write this on paper, because I use pen, not pencil, and I don't want to wreck my book. Okay, now going back to the box. We are going to see a lot of things here, one of which are these, which I'm just going to get out of the way right now. I don't use these. You can, but they're used to mark, because there can be multiple of the same figure in a map, and, well, multiple of the same group in a map. I'll teach you what those are in a second. But these are used to mark them. I choose not to, because I have a pretty persistent memory. And so if somebody else is the Imperial, then I'll have them mark them if they don't have as a persistent memory. But I usually tend to trust people. Maybe that's my downfall, guys. Now, this is the damage strain, the starting token, and some activations tokens, if I can find them. I don't see one. But we're going to open this up anyway so I can show you all 9 heroes. I'm doing this with one hand, guys, because I'm holding the phone in the other. I'll get a nice close-up of Fenn's face. I'm going to flip this around real quick. Nope. Some haven't. Don't know what happened. Anyways, so yeah, we have the we have a power-up token in here that shouldn't be in here. This is a power-up token. Should not be in here. Activation tokens, another power-up token that shouldn't be in here. And I don't see the activation tokens actually. They're probably in a different bag. Probably separated them into a different bag because it was getting kind of strenuous trying to find them. Anyways, here are the 9 heroes. Fenn Cygnus. Don't know how to pronounce that Star Wars name. Gideon Argus. Jyn Odin. Doesn't that remind you of Rogue One. Jyn. There's a character named Jyn. I think it's Jyn Erso though. Can't remember exactly. The Jedi, Delia Patel, or Haunted Exile, as it says here. We have that's not all the characters. I seem to have misplaced some. They're right here. That is because I'm in the middle of a campaign. So I'll set these down. Open this bag. And pick up where we left off again. This is Garcon. I have to separate these. This is Jared Kelvin. This is Jokata, personally my favorite. Wookiee with a grenade launcher. How could that not be your favorite? Come on, guys. And then we have Mock Escare, if that's how you pronounce that. I didn't even bother pronouncing the other one. But I have to keep it separated because that's a game going on with a companion I own. Companion I own? I don't own anybody, guys. This isn't slavery. A companion I live with. Trust me, I'm not a slave owner. I don't do that. Whether it sounded like it or not. These are the sticker sheets for those these here. You put those on the miniatures and these on the cards. Just gonna get those out of the way because I don't use them. Choose not to use them. It's ultimately your choice. These are the big cards. Fantasy Flight has a thing of doing baby cards, which I'm going to also pull out. Little baby cards. And this bag is ripped. I'll be right back, guys. Gotta get these baby cards out. Gotta separate that just a bit. Get these baby cards in here. Make sure they're all organized. So I'm very keen on organization. Okay. We have that all organized now. Nope. That is the long list of baby cards we have. I'm not going to go through all of them. But that is a giant stack of baby cards. And these are their friends, their adult friends. That came out quite wrong, but these are their friends. Their parents. There we go. These are their parents. And these are like missions. These are some of the groups or the baddies, like the Imperials, which I personally favor over the Rebels. I'm not going to open this bag just for the sake of time. But I will give you a brief explanation what's in there. We have, oh dear, we dropped baby cards, guys. We have dropped baby cards. You know that reference when you say, did you get dropped on your head when you were a baby? This is what they mean. I'll be right back. Just gonna fix these baby cards. Yeah, and then we have all the heroes. We have and the activation tokens were in the other bag with the other heroes as well. And then we have map tiles. Map tiles are pretty nice. They're pretty thick cardboard, which is really nice. They don't break easily. This is the initiative token. I don't know why that's in here. Should be in here. Yeah, they're double-sided. I'll put some of them out for you, so you can get a better look at the game. Oh, dropped the phone. Okay. Let's pull a small, yeah, this one. See, it has like an Endor sort of look here, and then a Tatooine sort of look here, if you know what those two are. And then we got a Coruscant look here. And then a little Endor. This is probably Palpatine's chamber right here, actually. It's kind of nice. And then we got other different ones. This is like an Imperial outpost. And this is like a Dagobah outpost. What they really need to add is some Mustafar tiles. I'd gladly get that if there were some Mustafar tiles. We got a nice ship here. And some more Endor stuff. I don't know exactly what that is broken there. It just looks like a broken ship. Yeah. Something of the sorts. Anyways, I'll put these back now. Yeah, it's hard to do this with one hand, holding the phone in the other. So I might need a tripod. That's probably going to be the next thing on the agenda. Look at that handiwork, though. One at a time. And then we're going to go to what was in here, what the power-up tokens. These are shield tokens, rubble tokens, and power-up tokens, which I'm now going to open. You can see them all. I'm going to open them and put those in there, though, and close this back up, if I can close it. Can't close it right now. I'll have to close it later. But these are shield tokens here. These are power-up tokens. There's 4 different power-up tokens. That's shield, shield power-up token, damage power-up token, surge power-up token, evade power-up token, and this rubble tokens. This is caused by Drokata's grenade launcher. Again, how could you not level Wookiee with a grenade launcher? Now we're gonna put these back here. And then we have condition tokens. These condition tokens, they mark on your character card or your Imperial card, depending on who you are, what condition you have on you. Certain cards, weapons give you conditions or abilities. Like this is a focused condition and adds an extra green dice to your attack or your attribute test. Again, if you want more rules or something, more rules or explanation on this game, there's plenty of videos out there. This is just showcasing the pieces, and specifically what's in that box, saving it for last. Yeah, and this is a weakened token. This is a stunned token. This is a bleed token. Oh, we almost dropped the baby cards on their head again. Now we're going to snag out all the miscellaneous items. We have doors. We have neutral mission tokens. We have crate cards. Crates, neutral mission tokens, doors, terminals here, this red thing. We have, again, they're all double-sided. They have Imperial and Rebel mission tokens. If we can just scoot this one aside. We have Imperial and Rebel mission tokens. You can move this over here now. Oh, that's open. And then we have the tokens for the good guys and the bad guys, or the rebels and the Imperials. That's General Vice, the big one, with the giant ATST. Yeah, so not all the figures actually come with the game. Some of the hero figures, like General Vice or Villain, or the Royal Guard, which is right here. Yeah, or Luke. Luke did actually come with it, but that's not the point. The point is that not all of them come with it, and you have to use the tokens instead of the miniatures. 11 dice. Very nice dice, very good quality, like most dice. The red dice are probably the most powerful, but have no range. Yellow dice are next to that. They're for surges. And green dice are a mix between damage and range. And blue dice are like, I don't know. Mach is a sniper, and he rolls 2 blue dice. So it's like sniping dice. And the 1 white dice, snipping dice. They're long range dice, I should say. The white dice, you roll 1 of these for defense. Sometimes you roll 1 black for defense. I know Darth Vader for a fact rolls 2, and so do ATSTs. That's about it for that, though. Then we have just these bunch of small little, geez, I can't think of the word here. Small rule books, and missions. So this is Ahsoka Tano. This is Darth Vader. This is Luke Skywalker, and I did get this one along with Ahsoka Tano. It's the Royal Guard Champion. I'm going to put those aside. Now we have the threat and round dial. I'm going to move this down if I can. 1 second. So they go all the way from 0 to 20. The threat, if I can move it. And this one all goes all the way from 1 to 20. You guys know what I mean. Because I'm not going to bother moving that with one hand. But now, what I can do with one hand is showcase all of these. These are just the Rebel figures, not tokens. And again, the first one I'm going to show is Jokata. He's holding a grenade in one hand, got a grenade launcher in the other. I'm gonna zoom out on him a bit. He looks very nice, very well detailed. He's wearing like goggles or something. Very nice. We got the other Wookiee, Garkon. Sorry, my roommate is sleeping. The other Wookiee Garkon. He has a vibro axe. We got, this is Mock with the sniper. We got Jared Kelvin with the Wolverine claws. Star Wars Wolverine claws. We got Ahsoka Tano with the dual lightsabers. We got Gideon with his vintage, well, not his vintage, his holdout blaster. We got Jyn with her vintage blaster. I heard actually that Sabine is going to take on the exact same model as Jyn, which is kind of interesting. If you guys don't know who Sabine is, she's just a character from Rebels. As a Star Wars show. This is Delia Pasal, however you pronounce that last name. That lightsaber looks like a samurai sword because of the bentness. Well, that's okay. Can't really avoid that. Can't really stop that. Oh, and then we got Fen Cygnus. We got Luke Skywalker with his blaster instead of his lightsaber. He's not a Jedi Knight yet. And then we got, last but not least, the one I can't pronounce. I call this one Conehead because it looks like a conehead. Doesn't it? It does. And now what we've all been waiting for, last but not least, the Imperials are in the expansion box. I've kept them in the expansion box. So I'm going to open this. I'm going to be right back. Oh. See if I can do this without actually stopping it. Yeah, we'll see if that worked. Yeah, now that that's open. Yep, that's opened. And I'm going to showcase these one at a time. So I'm actually going to move this out of here. We have a Claudite Shapeshifter. Very nice. Good quality. And I like the cape in the background. Holding that gun like a gangster. We have a Nexu 4-base figure. Very good detail. You can tell a lot of detail went into this. I haven't got the time to paint them yet, but I assume when I do, it'll look really nice because of all the detail that went into this. We got a Sentry Droid. Again, a lot of nice detail went into this. We have an Imperial Officer. See if I can actually get some good. There we go. That's better. Imperial Officer is quite nice. He doesn't really do much damage in terms of like shooting, but he can, in terms of attacking, but he does order people around so they can do more damage. This is a Riot Trooper. It has that nice big shield. Again, tons of detail. Got this. I'm not going to show that one yet. Got the Stormtrooper, which I probably should have shown first. Just a regular old Stormtrooper. There's 9 of them in this box. Got a probe droid. Again, really nice detail. I just really like how much detail went into these. We got an E-Web engineer. I'll flip him on his side. This is basically a scout trooper on a giant gun with a little box of ammo or blaster bolts or whatever they use to fuel their guns. This is definitely not bullets. Get the Imperial officers out of here, already shown them. Stormtroopers, already shown them. Yeah, engineer, already shown him. This is a ooh. If I can fix this. This is a Royal Guard. Next two already shown. This is a Trandoshan Hunter. Very nice. Already shown those. This here is the Royal Guard Champion. And again, some bendiness to the smaller parts, but does that really matter? No. It's still a very nice quality. And the cape in the background, though. Oh, well. The cape in the background is amazing. Riot Trooper, Trandoshan Hunter, Probe Droid. Already shown those. Claudite Shapeshifter, Stormtrooper. Riot Trooper. I think I've shown everything but these guys. Yeah, okay. So next we have Darth Vader. So much detail. You can actually look at his mask, and just by the mask you can tell it's Darth Vader. If I can get up close, you can actually see the little details. But this phone doesn't want to, so we're not going to. But yeah, it is so much detail went into this game, it's insane. So then we have the ATDP. If I can keep it upright. No, it doesn't want to stay upright. We'll just hold it on its base. ATDP is very nice. The gun actually, as the ATST, actually broke off the tip of it, just the very tip, as you can see. It doesn't really matter though, because again, like the most fragile parts are the longer, more distance from the base model. They become more fragile. So, and this actually comes up off, I believe. Yeah, it does. The gun itself. This came in like 10 pieces that you assembled. It was pretty cool. And then last but not least, I have the ATST. Not as big as the ATDP, but it's definitely stronger because the ATDP, or as I like to call it, the All-Terrain Dr. Pepper, that one over there, it's bigger, but it definitely doesn't do as much damage, and it definitely isn't as strong as the ATST. The ATST rolls 2 black dice, while the ATDP only rolls 1. So definitely bigger is not better in this game. Smaller, more compact ATST proves to be much more efficient. Yeah, that's the ATST, and as I said, the tip of the guns broke off there too, which is unfortunate, but you know, still a good game. And even the back, so much detail. The legs. Yeah. So that's basically all for that. Yeah, that's Imperial Assault, everybody. It's a really, really nice game. I'd recommend buying it. Grizzly Rampage community rates this one a 7 out of 10, only because of 2 things. First being the thing I kept talking about when I was looking at the miniatures, the fact that the tips, the farther away they get from the base model, the more fragile they get. I'm surprised that some of the probe droids haven't come off their bases because of how little they're on their bases. But that's about it for the models. All the models other than that are like perfection. The other thing I wanted to add was I don't know. The gameplay itself seems a bit repetitive after a while. You like the campaign. The campaign, it's a different storyline every time, and there's different objectives every time. But you're still moving around the same. It's still the same strategic miniatures game. It's what it's supposed to be. I can't deny that. It's a good game. But it just feels a bit repetitive after a while. Yeah, not much else to say about that. It's just the repetitiveness. But a 7 out of 10 is still dang good. So, yeah. Grizzly Rampage community, 7 out of 10. Recommend buying this game on the shelves, wherever you can find it. I bought it at Showcase Comics and Hobbies. Thumbs up to them, because they're the best. Yeah, so give this video a like. Give it a thumbs up if you really want to. Thumbs up with that lightsaber. No. Subscribe if you're new, and make sure to turn on notifications so you can get more daily content from me. Thank you, guys. Peace out.